Hey everyone, welcome back. So kicking off Latinx Heritage Month, our next guest is taking the Latin cultura to the next level. She's created her own line of candles dedicated to celebrating her Latina heritage and home. She developed her business during the pandemic after burning candles as a form of self-care and realizing the scents from her upbringing were not represented in the home fragrance industry. She decided to create them herself. Her scents include an ode to the Latino community, such as Cafecito con Leche, Lavender Fabulosa, and Abuela's Bakery, to name a few. And now, well, you can shop her collection at Nordstrom. And here to share more is CEO and founder of Bonita Fierce Candles, Melisa Gallardo. Hello and welcome.
Hello, it's so great to be here. How are you?
I am great, as you can see, with much enthusiasm. We are so looking forward to having this conversation with you.
I am super excited to be here and talk all things Latina, Latinx, candles. It's amazing.
I got to tell you, congratulations first and foremost on getting the Nordstrom account.
Oh, I know. It's been absolutely crazy. We got the Nordstrom account just a few months ago, where we just launched at the end of August, just in time for Latinx Heritage Month. And we've been in business just under 2 years. So it's truly a huge honor to be the first Latina owned candle brand at Nordstrom.
That's amazing. Okay. All right. So first, let's talk a little bit about your upbringing and what inspired you to create candle scents that represent the Latino household. Obviously, it doesn't exist, but what inspired you, like from the core, to create something like this?
Well, like you said, my candles are a form of self-care for me. I was extremely burned out working in the corporate world, and I always lit candles when I came home, when I was getting ready for work. But then I was also coming into my Latinidad in my young adulthood and in college. But when the pandemic hit, I was connecting with a lot of Latinas online, and I wanted to start a business. And I found that there were no fragrances, no candles, no scents in the home fragrance industry that really represented me. And I want to be able to experience home wherever I go. Coming home and making candles in my kitchen was really therapeutic for me, but I also really believe that we need to have representation in products, to see ourselves in products, and that our unique experiences are worthy of the market. You know, there are 64 million Latinos in the United States, but how many Latin candle brands can you name? We're seeing, Mary Merlot, the lavender lemonades of the world, but where are the scents for Latinos?
Yeah, no, it's a point made and point taken. And trust me, you're preaching to the choir over here. So I'm really glad to hear this movement is really moving into other respective fields as well. And that being said, I do have to ask, how did you learn how to make candles?
I made candles. I started online. I started going into YouTube videos. So many people are picking up hobbies. On TikTok, I was on Candle Talk, Facebook groups, and just diving into online research on how to make candles. YouTube videos, like I learned how to do my hair on YouTube growing up. So I knew that I would be able to learn how to make candles, and then reaching out to other candle makers in the industry to be able to learn how to really perfect my craft.
Wow, so you're self-taught.
I am.
And so now let's talk about the scents, because they're specific, right? I named a few, but let's talk about all the scents and how you were able to develop the formula to even produce the scent.
Well, I really took a lot of the fragrances that I already knew and started to bring in my Latina flavor. So when it came down to Lavender Fabulosa, for example, I needed to make sure that it smelled clean lavender and really get the scent right using Fabuloso in everyday cleaning products. And I also, not in the background here, but we have a Coquito candle, and that is a huge staple to Latino culture during the holidays. Like every New Yorker and Puerto Rican is absolutely obsessed with coquito, as far as I know.
Yeah,
And
I can
when
vouch
I'm
for
developing
vouch for-
when I'm developing fragrances, I take the notes and the ingredients from, places that I know. Coquito is a spiked coconut eggnog. So the majority of the ingredients are coconut, cinnamon, clove, like anything like you can think of when it comes to like baking, for example. So it's like when you're creating a product like a candle, it's very similar to the baking experience where you're just mixing different kinds of oils to get the formula that you're looking for and to get the scent that you want.
Oh, well, thanks for that tip. That's a
Yeah.
really helpful tip. I mean, pero fabulosa. I mean, that's not something that you bake.
Everybody knows the scent. Like you got to listen to salsa or cumbia in the morning, just waking up to the huge stereo sound.
It's true. It's true. That's a Latino trait. I mean, and so what are the other scents you have?
So we have at least 10 scents in our signature collection, along with other seasonal scents. So we have strawberry dulce that is reminiscent of abuelita's little, strawberry candy. We have Coquito, we have Abuela's Bakery, we have Spanish moss, which is an ode to Mexico and the moss that is grown there. And it's also really reminiscent of the United States as well. So one thing about my brand is that we're also, elevating Latino culture in the United States. So making sure that we have the experience of that kind of gray area, the no soy ni de aquí ni de allá, though I'm not here nor from there experience. So a lot of my fragrances really are reminiscent of, one's homeland while living in the United States. So other fragrances can be, mojito criollo. There's
También, you have mojito criollo.
Exactly. So there are so many kinds of experiences that we're having. And recently I've been crowdfunding since we're in huge retail demand. And we have some limited edition candles like horchata, churro, agua fresca is another big one, tres leches. These are all candles that are in development or have launched already, exclusive. And we're continuing to work with now a new fragrance manufacturer to create even more scents that are reminiscent of our experiences.
Oh my gosh. I was sitting here with a big smile because you're making me hungry and thirsty.
100%. So many of our fragrances are based on food and beverage, let me tell you.
So, you also mentioned coming from a corporate background. So I'm very curious to know how you landed this account with Nordstrom. I mean, that's a really big deal to have that kind of client at such a quick, like at the beginning stages of your development.
100%. I have to give such a huge shout out to my education in communications. So when I first started the brand, I knew that I needed, some brand trustworthiness. And the first thing I did was go to the press and tell them my story. So getting features last year in GMA, Cosmopolitan, ABC7 Eyewitness News, and a bunch of other national and local press outlets were able to really pick up my story during last year's Latinx Heritage Month. And that's how the buyer reached out. They found me. They saw my social media, they loved the brand, and they were like, yeah, send us some samples. And then 6 months later, I'm in Nordstrom.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, we're really happy to be sharing this with our viewers. So just in time for the holidays, I might
Absolutely.
Okay. So all right, so yes, it's available on Nordstrom. Is it also available on their through their online store?
Yes, so we're all online. 5 of our signature candles are carried at Nordstrom. You can find it in the Nordstrom New York City flagship store, along with their locations in Dallas, Seattle, Chicago, California, and Aventura, Florida.
Well, you are an inspiration to us all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, it really takes something to just jump like that and land on such a big account.
100%. And I have to say that while I'm the first Latino-owned candle brand in Nordstrom, I hope not to be the last, that this is paving the way for other Latinas and Latinos out in the world who are looking to create businesses and make strides in their various industries as well.
Oh, wonderfully said. And here's to introducing people to our culture too, you know?
100%. Because candles are universal. Everyone can appreciate candles. Americans have this ephemeral feeling of home with scent. And in Latin America, they're really a symbol of divine life. And so the combination of the two with scent and our culture and heritage, it brings in a new experience for the world to appreciate.
Once again, Melisa Gallardo, we are talking everything candles con cultura. Pero wait a minute, before we go, don't you have a big announcement to make?
I do. It's super exciting. I will be participating in the Ulta Beauty Muse Accelerator program in its inaugural cohort this fall.
Oh, you heard it here first. I'm open, mi gente. Congratulations. Once again, Melisa Gallardo, CEO and founder of Bonita Fierce Candles. And if you're interested in learning more, you can visit them at bonitafiercecandles.com.